Here I am again with a brand spanking new episode of I Know Jax. I'm Joe Talentino. This time of year is festival season and it's about to kick off for real. And we're getting ready with a lot of new stuff for this fall season. Now, it's been so hot and muggy recently that my AC has been working overtime. It makes you want to dive into a cool pool. A while back, I told you about an event where swimmers were going to take on the St. Johns River and swim a 10K. Well, it was actually a swim and a paddle. It was a gorgeous day. Just take a look at this video. How can you not love Jacksonville when you see that on under? But obviously there are people who don't. Recently I got an email from a disgruntled viewer named Doug. This is what he had to say about me and I Know Jax, and I quote, "This is a waste of airtime on TV that I caught a couple of minutes of. Joe seems to be a narcissistic asshole too full of himself to see what a fool he is. A blogger? Since I've been in Jax, I've been exposed to people that think something good about this giant ghetto, crime-ridden, traffic-clogged city of Jax. Nothing good about it, maybe the beaches." Well, Doug, here's what I have to say to you. You have a thing at your disposal that can fix part of your problem. I like to call it a remote control, but you can call it whatever you like. I don't want this to be about me and what I call things. The other thing you can do is get out and experience our city, not just watch it on the news. If you need a guide to help you find all the fun places, I'm right here. And by the way, Doug, I am a blogger and my name is Joe, no need for the quotes. Hey, what do you think about Doug's view of Jacksonville? I'd love to hear what you think. So tell me what Connection Festival is, like how you guys got it started and what it's all about.
All right, Connection Festival. It's kind of a music, art, and commerce festival bringing everything together through technology. And it was started by a couple of people.
Fancy.
It is fancy. And it was started by a couple of people who just kind of wanted to bring new arts, new commerce, and culture to downtown.
Okay. Now, there's like 3 parts of it. Can you explain to me what the 3 different parts are?
Well, the music is the music.
That's pretty obvious,
obviously.
Yeah.
And we have a bunch of bands that are going to be on the main stage, which is pretty cool.
Some pretty, like, old school bands that I even know who they
Naughty
are.
by Nature.
I know, isn't
We
that
have
cool?
Sugar
Hill Gang, that's what I'm saying.
The best,
Yeah.
which is exciting. Less Than Jake, everything kind of, every spectrum of music.
And there's also going to be a lot of local bands
There
as well.
are, yep, and we're going to have a venue series where basically you can go in and see a bunch of different local bands who are going to be at those and on the main stage.
Very
It's
cool.
kind of a mixture of both.
I like that.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
so then the other 2 is arts, and then the other was commerce.
And commerce,
Yeah.
So art, basically we're going to have a bunch of exhibitions, workshops, family families can come in, do a bunch of mosaics with people.
So hands-on stuff.
Hands-on stuff. Upcycling,
I like that.
which is really cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
I might upcycle something. I don't know.
And joggling. We have joggling.
That freaks me out.
Running, juggling. I'm not going to do it personally.
I can't stand still juggle,
No.
so joggling is not in the no.
No, I'm not even
And anybody that
gonna
knows
try
me
that
knows I won't run anyway.
Fair enough. And then our last part, commerce.
But not least.
But not the least. It is basically we're going to have a meetup where a bunch of different business people from around Jacksonville, they're going to talk about art and commerce in the digital age.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of cool to
So like
introduce that.
small businesses can learn about like social media and things like that.
Yeah, and basically how technology has kind of amplified business nowadays.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
So how can people find out more about this if they want to?
They can go to our website at
Okay.
www.connectionfestival.com, or you can look us up on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're kind of everywhere right now.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Are there tickets still left for the concert?
There are, but you need to get them now.
I was like, right now.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, I hope to be out there, and I hope to
Great.
see you guys there too. The Connection Festival has been kind enough to give us 2 VIP tickets to give away to one of our lucky viewers. To find out how you can win, go to iknowjax.com/giveaway. This fall is a big season for I Know Jax, and it's full steam ahead. Besides doing a daily video and premiering the I Know Jax show online on Fridays, we're also working on an app for I Know Jax. You'll be able to download the app for free, and it will, of course, automatically update you with our videos every week to make it easier for you to keep up. I'll be posting about it on the website. We're planning to launch the app at the end of September. Next, we're going to talk about football.
Richard Miller here with this week's I Know Jags as well. I'm the host of Miller on Sports Tuesday nights, 8 to 10 p.m. on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Here at Everbank Field, getting you ready for the regular season, but we all know that it's about 30-plus days of 4 preseason games of training camp. It's grueling. Not only that, NFL teams mandated you go from 90 players to 75, down to 53 men for week 1 of the regular season. And we went into the locker room to talk to a number of Jaguars about how they keep in touch with former teammates. Do you ever get used to players getting cut? I mean, going from 90 to 75 to 53, do you get used to that because you build all these relationships?
I mean, this is always tough. You know, I mean, you got people that come in from different areas and you build a friendship and trust with them, and then to see them go, you know, it's definitely something that we take pride in and making sure we keep in contact with them and wish nothing but the best for them.
Is it text, email, you call in, Facebook, all that kind of stuff to keep in touch?
I mean, just like how they was when he was here, we all got each other contacts, so we always send out texts. We got group chats going on, or we're making sure everybody's on top of it.
Is it one of those things as well that you're just ready that the regular season is finally upon us? I mean, Monday it's like, here we go, let's get ready for week 1.
Definitely. I think these preseason games has prepared us to get into the season, and we're ready. Excited to see what this new team brings.
Do you ever get used to kind of losing teammates and friends?
I mean, I don't think that's ever something, you know, you get used to. These are guys you've been going to war with and against, you know what I mean, since OTA. So it's definitely, you know, a tough time because you gain relationships with guys, and, it's tough to see some guys go.
Is it one of those things, I mean, you kind of become friends, you become brothers. Do you keep in touch with a lot of the fellow former offensive linemen?
Definitely, you know, I still have a lot of friends, you know, around the league who, you know, were once my teammates here. So definitely, you know, you gain relationships with guys, and, you know, if this isn't the place, you know, where they stick, you love to see them go other places and do well.
You never get used to that. You know, all you can do as a true teammate is make sure you're there for him, you know, anytime he needs you.
You try and keep in touch with a lot of these former defensive linemen, former defensive players of yours?
Oh, yeah, I keep in touch with all the guys, you know, from Tennessee, all the guys that was here last year with us before and after the cuts. You know, I keep in touch with them. I'm always there for them. You know, I'm a guy. I love people. I love to talk with people. I mean, anytime anybody needs me, I'm there for them.
Do you ever get used to losing teammates?
You know, it's difficult because, you know, you grow a bond with some of the guys, especially here with the culture that we have. You know, you get real close and close with the guys here and seeing them every day, and especially going through camp. So it's never the same. it's never easy, but something that has to be done.
Is it one of those things as well that you want to keep in touch? I mean, now with social media, email, it's fairly easy. Do you keep in touch with a lot of the guys that the Jaguars cut or get rid of?
For sure. The guys that I grow relationships with on the team, it doesn't end now. I want to know them for a lifetime.
Was this something in your first year last year that guys said, hey, it's a business, you got to get used to this, that you're going to lose somebody that you have a locker next to, that you hang out with or play Madden with frequently?
Definitely. It happened during my camp as a freshman, as a rookie last year. And then what was most surprising to me was the turnover even towards the end of the season, because people get hurt, so we're still bringing new people in. So it was real different for me, but you kind of grow an understanding for it.
4 preseason games in the books. Do you feel like now the defense is clicking? And it's also, secondly, that, hey, week 1 is here. Thank goodness we've been waiting so long.
Yeah, going into the first game, even then, we have a lot of growing to do, and I know we're going to be so much better late in the season than we are coming out in our first game. But with that said, we're ready to go. We're excited. We have a whole lot of excitement here inside this building, and even outside the Jacksonville community.
53-man roster is set. Come on out to Everbank Field and enjoy the 2014 season. This has been another edition of I Know Jags.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are playing the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, and boy, I hope the Jaguars can show us how good they really are and bring home a victory, because we know that the saying is true. There's very little difference between champs and chumps. There's more big football on the horizon in Jacksonville with the Georgia-Florida game. It's really not that far off. That's going to be a lot of fun, and there are a lot of things happening in town then. But first, let's take a look at some of the events coming up right now in September.
The winner of our Big Book Basket giveaway, brought to you by our friends at Random House, is Jamie Hash. Congratulations, Jamie. Now there will be a book report due next week.
Let's talk about music for a second. Now, I'm sorry if you were looking forward to Sunday's ZZ Top and Beck concert. As you may have heard, the concert has been postponed due to an injury. You've already heard about the upcoming Connection Festival that's on September 12th through 14th, but there's more music. First, let's talk about the Beatles. Who doesn't love the Beatles? And in October, both Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney are coming to town. Not at the same time, these are 2 different concerts. Let's cross our fingers and toes and hope that this time Paul McCartney makes it. But most of us are too young to have experienced a real Beatles concert, even me. 1964, the tribute at the Florida Theater is a performance that will remedy that. It's been hailed as the most authentic Beatles tribute in the world. For over 29 years, this performance has recreated what a live Beatles concert circa 1964 through 1966 looked and sounded like, from wardrobe to hairstyle, Liverpool accents and singing nuances, and even vintage instruments. 1964, the tribute at Florida Theater on September 13th. Visit floridatheater.com for details. We continue with more music. How about blues? Don't miss the Amelia Island Blues Festival. Jump in the car and drive north to Fernandina Beach. It's always a nice place to visit, with lots of little restaurants and bars in the historic downtown area. The Amelia Island Blues Festival takes place at the main beach in Fernandina on September 12th and 13th. I have more road trip ideas for you. There is a Songwriters Festival at the Waterfront Park in St. Mary's, Georgia, coming up on September 20th. I have more information in next week's episode of I Know Jax, because I did a little interview with one of the organizers, Nick Petta. And I also talked to Rick Scott, who is headlining the event. You can also read more about these events and get all the information on my website, iknowjax.com. Check out my post with the catchy little title, Fun Things to Do in September, on the website, where you can find details about these events and also find a lot of other events happening in September. If you have suggestions, please send them to me at joe@iknowjax.com, or go to the website and use the little nifty speak pipe. It says leave a voice message for Joe button in the side to leave me a voicemail. If you don't like typing, that's the best way to go. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to go to youtube.com/I Know Jax and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll send you a quick note as soon as I've uploaded a new video. Check out my daily videos too, and let me know what you would like me to do stories about next. I'll be back again next week with another episode of I Know Jax, and until then, I'll see you on the internet. In next week's episode of I Know Jax, I meet up with Nick Petta, the organizer of the Songwriters Festival in St. Mary's, Georgia, to get the scoop. I also talk with Rick Scott. You might know him from the group Alabama. He wrote Why Lady Why, for example. He's headlining the festival. My friend Richard Miller is back with more from I Know Jags, and I'll do my best to fill in where I'm needed. I Know Jax now premieres online at iknowjax.com every Friday.